Dena here with Longevity Medical Spa in Oklahoma City. I'm going to talk to you today about semaglutide because I get a lot of questions about it. We've got a lot of people that come in for consultations on a regular basis. I actually decided to start 2 days ago. And I want to share kind of how I go through the program with you, just because I think it's the right thing to do. So semaglutide is a peptide that's injected into your body once a week for 14 to 16 weeks. If you go on a maintenance plan, it's going to be a little bit longer. It makes you feel fuller faster and slows your metabolism and digestion down to where you feel fuller longer, which can kind of help offset cravings, kind of things like that. So I started, like I said, 2 days ago. I weigh in at 164 and I hope to lose about 20 pounds over the next 14 weeks. Semaglutide, when you start it, I would ask a couple of questions off the bat. Number one, why are you starting it? Your why is really important here because I think it's going to be your motivator for the long term. For me, I've hit a certain age where the weight's just coming on a little faster, taking a little longer to fall off. I would love to tell you guys that I'm the best in terms of eating and diet and exercise and stuff, but the reality is I'm not. I'm an emotional eater, so I'm having a little bit of an emotional reaction to this process even now that I've only been in it for a couple of days. I tend to crave carbs and sugar when I'm stressed out, and you know, with a job like I have, sometimes you get stressed out quite a bit. It's just the nature of working with the public, medical clinics, medical spas, kinds of things like that. So I need to kind of check myself as I'm going through this program. I don't know if any of you can relate with that. I'm sure you can. I'm just going to say that if you are an emotional eater, that you be kind to yourself as you're going through this program. Longevity's philosophy is that one of the best ways to get good balance on the program and then sustain weight loss in the long term is through something called intermittent fasting. And what that means is that we're just going to stop eating at a certain point in the evening. I talk with my hands a lot. And we'll start eating again at a certain time in the morning. Ideally, you're going to want the work up to that fasting period to be 14 hours or more, and here's why. Your body has 3 phases to digestion. The first one, of course, is going to be eating. The second one is what we know as digestion, processing that food. But then your body, after about 14 hours, goes into something called a fat burning stage. And that's kind of where magic happens. You're going to want to pair the semaglutide diet with intermittent fasting and a high protein diet and weight exercises. And the reason for that is going to be this. If you're dropping weight really quickly, which we want to do and we want to see, but you're not taking in enough protein and you're not doing resistance training, you're going to lose fat and muscle. So we don't want that to happen to you. I don't work out. I eat all kinds of times, all kinds of hours. So this is going to be a fun ride for me, like I said, but we're going to get through it. If any of you are like this, I'll kind of make a video every week of kind of what I'm doing to approach diet and lifestyle and talk about any, pros, cons, side effects, anything like that that's happening. So this week, my goal was over the last 2 days to stop eating dinner at 6 p.m. and then slowly start eating breakfast like an hour later each day. So instead of eating breakfast with the kids at 6 o'clock, eating at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, so on, kind of working up until I hit about 11 o'clock, and then I'll have this brunch thing. I haven't decided what it's going to be, but hopefully I'll make good choices, right? This morning, I did not move up my diet. I did decide to have breakfast with my children, so I probably will pull back my last meal of the day a little bit earlier than normal tonight. I made a video last night with one of our nurses, Laura. She's amazing. You'll love her. But one of the things I wanted to show you, we wanted to highlight, was the process of getting the injection. Sometimes when we say needles, it makes people a little nervous. I wanted to show the size of the needle that we use. It's not like this. It's more like this nice tiny little needle. How much product you're having injected, kind of what that looks like. So if you come with me behind the scenes, I got a little video for you that shows what that is. And then hopefully you'll join me next week and we'll talk about how this last week has been, and we'll just kind of continue that. So if you're out there on semaglutide, just started it, I hope you join me in this journey. What I really want to show you is the needles that we use, and Laura can talk a little bit about them.
So very tiny amount goes in on the first injection. This is all this is. That is a very small amount that we're injecting on the first one. And if you can see by the tip of the needle, it is a very tiny needle. And then so for the first 2 weeks, this is the amount that is injected. And then for the weeks 3 through 6, we double it. So that's the amount that we inject. And then for those 4 weeks, that's each week that's the amount that you will be injected. And then after that, we double it again. And for the next 4 weeks after that, that would be the amount that we inject each time for 4 weeks. And then after that, we double this again.
Yep, that sounds good. And then we always want to use kind of a hygienic approach. So we always got our handy dandy alcohol pads. And I'm not going to do the injection right this second, but basically what happens, Laura's ready to stick me with a needle, you guys can see, is you're just going to inject in the stomach area, swab a little bit around here, pinch a little bit of fat.
And then I'm not going to, but then this will be the amount that we would inject.
Yay, everybody on the internet can see my fat. All right.
We look forward to seeing you.